The war between the United States, Israel, and Iran is intensifying, with fighting spreading across the region, political tension rising in Washington, and daily life inside Iran increasingly strained. First, inside Tehran, residents say the sound of explosions has become a daily reality. Missile strikes from the United States and Israel have been hitting targets across the city since the war began, sending smoke into the skyline and shaking buildings. Iranian officials say water, electricity, facilities were damaged, though there are no widespread outages so far. Many businesses have shut down and the streets are noticeably quieter, but basic necessities like food and fuel are still available, though people are queuing for essentials such as bread and petrol. The war is hitting an economy that was already under severe pressure. Official data shows inflation above 60%, with food prices soaring, cooking oil up more than 200%, bread more than 140%, and dairy and meat products also surging. Authorities say they are worried about the supply of medicine and medical equipment, while shortages of some drugs are already being reported. At the same time, Iran has imposed one of the strictest internet shutdowns in years. Connectivity across the country had dropped to less than 1% of normal levels after the first strikes began. Officials say the restrictions are meant to control information during wartime, but many Iranians say they are now relying on expensive black market internet connections just to communicate with the outside world. Meanwhile, the conflict is expanding across the Gulf. Iran has launched waves of missiles and drone strikes targeting US military assets and infrastructure across the Gulf. Air defense systems in Kuwait, Bahrain, and the United Arab Emirates have been intercepting projectiles as attacks continue. In Qatar, officials say at least 14 ballistic missiles and 4 drones were launched towards the country. In Abu Dhabi, air defense systems lit up this night sky with intercepting a large barrage that reportedly included more than 130 drones. In Bahrain, an Iranian missile strike hit the Bapco Energy oil refinery, causing a fire that was quickly contained. The attacks are now also hitting the global economy. Oil and gas prices are surging as shipping slows near the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway through which about 20% of the world's oil supply passes. The United States has also begun closing some diplomatic missions in the region due to security threats, including suspending operation at its embassy in Kuwait. Back in Washington, the war is triggering political divisions. The U.S. House of Representatives has narrowly rejected a resolution that would have limited President Donald Trump's ability to continue the war without congressional approval. Supporters argued the Constitution gives Congress the sole power to declare war, while the Republicans backed the president's authority to act against what they called an imminent threat from Iran. At the same time, Trump has made controversial statements about Iran's political future. He says he wants to be involved in choosing the country's next supreme leader after the assassination of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei during the opening strikes. Trump has openly opposed the possible succession of Khamenei's son Mujtaba, saying he would prefer a leader willing to cooperate with the United States. However, Iran's leadership insists that the decision will be made by the country's Assembly of Experts, the clerical body responsible for appointing the supreme leader. The White House is also exploring ways to weaken Iran internally. Trump has publicly expressed for a possible Kurdish uprising inside Iran, saying he would welcome such an offense. Reports suggest Washington has held conversations with leaders in Iraq's Kurdish region, though the White House denies backing an armed rebellion. Iran has already responded by launching missiles and drone strikes on Kurdish militant groups in northern Iraq, accusing them of planning attacks inside Iran. But despite calls from Washington for an uprising, no major protests have emerged inside Iran so far, even as thousands of missiles and drones continue to strike targets across the country. For now, the conflict remains highly volatile, spreading across borders, straining global energy markets, and raising fears that the war could expand even further across the Middle East.